It's 4:16 in the morning, been up since 3:01, and it's time to start working out. Hi, my name is Prince. I'm 37 years old with limitless possibilities, and now I'm here to show you the future of prosthetics and bionics.
What started you in the field?
Well, I was going to what I thought might be PA school or med school or something, and then my mother was misdiagnosed with cancer.
I honestly just want to be able to help out and improve people's lives to actually have prosthetics on, because I feel that I have the knowledge to be able to help them out in whatever shape or form I can.
That's interesting. Actually, I always say that this field chose me.
What made you choose this path into owning a company that helps people with disabilities?
Actually, it was a complete accident. I was a woodshop teacher in the valley here.
The first prosthetic found came in the form of a wooden hand back in 950 BC in Cairo, Egypt, belonging to a noble. It was mostly made of wood, stained, and had leather composite stitching to join the hand components together. The typical prosthetic has limited functions and uses. The attachment of a prosthetic should be completely custom for each individual. The reason I say limited functions and uses are because when defining a limb, or the replacing thereof, we are not replacing it with a pen or a knife. And that's pretty much the designs at this point based on our current research and awareness. My focus is to give an amputee more than just one capability and not fill the loss of a limb with just one function. This is no easy task. Sculpt me, in which I used my
It's very difficult, maybe even impossible to replace the human body, or replicate the human body exactly. They're definitely not there yet. So this industry has evolved from a very crude, rudimentary device that a patient will wear and almost use it like they would use a cane or a brush. Just this thing that's attached to it. Now it's evolved to where it really feels like a part of it. It's a much more intimate interface with the human body. So we're attempting to marry a machine to the human body. I think that is the seamless
I'm doing this video to show you this pneumatic leg. As you can see right here, it's a mechanical pneumatic leg. The reason why I use this leg rather versus my robotic leg is that the knee is a little bit closer. One of the big disadvantages I have is my knee. You see, my knee is right here. It ends right here. But the knee on the prosthetics is where the knee is right here. It changes my walking gait, as you can see from my run, very drastically. And my intention on my future prosthetics is to have the knee joint right here where it should be.
What about new ways of manufacturing?
Things like 3D printing, do you see this as the future of prosthetics?
Yeah, definitely. I think 3D printing is going to be the way to go for the future, especially, ruined materials. It does take a lot of time, and it can only reach a certain type of shape or forms. When you go 3D printing, you have way more abilities to not only go in the additive manufacturing aspect of getting complicated shapes, different materials. We're able to print with metal nowadays, and so there's a great advancement to it. I'm hoping that soon we're able to print on these new materials that we're coming out with.
What makes one client pick one prosthetic over another with the same function?
Well, the truth is, it's what feels good to them if they're given a choice. Most people aren't given a choice. The prosthetist chooses based on the functionality, the ability, and the truth is of the pay source. You know, say you think somebody needs a microprocessor knee, but their insurance, they don't have insurance maybe, or their insurance is definitely not going to pay for it. That option isn't even on the table, right? So it's not just what you choose, it's what the insurance will allow, or the pocketbook will allow.
Do you think that 3D printers and developing technology is the way to bionics?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you couldn't do any of this stuff without computer-aided designs, and of course, 3D printers are the way of the future.
Okay. How do you see things like prosthetics and orthotics, and even the future of prosthetics, changing the world?
Well, people can be more active. In years back, you would have an injury and you'd stay at home the rest of your life in a wheelchair or something like that. Now, I mean, they have amputees in the military again. You lose your leg in the military, and you take 1 year of rehab and you're back on the job.
A interview for I'm Possible on the new recipient for a prosthetic leg. How is life different now with the amputation?
Things I definitely didn't know I took for granted have made me realize that walking, running, even taking a shower are all things I have to focus on now.
Have you learned anything about prosthetics and their uniqueness?
Yes, definitely. I mean, everybody has a different shoe size, right? But we have a different leg size as well. So every socket is different. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa, right?
Since I have limited time and only my kind of amputation to demonstrate, I will talk in more detail about knee disarticulated type of amputees, although there are several different types.
And then there's, you gotta look at whether it's an
Yeah, for a lower let's say for a lower limb.
Yeah, so one, it's either above the knee or below the knee. So what it really does is or what is done, I should say, is the prosthetist makes the socket, or some people call it bucket, or it's the interface that goes between the limb and whatever you're attaching to it. So that's what's custom made. And then you buy a knee, you buy a foot, you buy a pylon, connecting componentry to connect it all together. So basically there's the socket, whether it be above the knee or below the knee. And then if it's above the knee, you add a knee. If it's below the knee, you just need a pylon and a foot. And then you can cosmetically cover it or make it, fancy lamination. But generally, that's what is part of the system.
So how much is prosthetic? To tell you the truth, that answer varies greatly. But if I was to give you a ballpark on prosthetic legs of my type, I would say this goes over $35,000. This is a running leg, sprint leg. And this one, this is a bike leg, goes over, or this is my bike leg, my 3R60. And this goes over $100,000 because of the maintenance. This one right here, which is my bionic leg, which I am turning into my official bionic leg that has sensors down here, was over $120,000. And yeah, it's expensive to live this life. Hello, my name is Prince Gerard Mabalbian. I am your classmate and the future creator of prosthetics and bionics. I'm not the only one. There's many ahead of me, but I am just another one that's going to improve on what's already existing. I was in an accident about 4.5 years ago, and a reckless driver hit me head-on collision on the way home to the valley from Malibu.
I was on my motorcycle, and then he lied on the report, and I've been going to court for over 4.5 years. I am going now to the Supreme Court, in which I am claiming injustice because I'm simply trying to go to jury trial and show the evidence. The evidence is clear. And I am fighting for everybody on my type of situation with my type of amputation. As I have shown in the video, that prosthetics are expensive. One of my legs costs $118,000. Another one costs $72,000. A foot costs $3,500. A pump costs $3,500. This bionic version right here, you can see it says bionic version, or bionic on it, was $120,000. I am very, very lucky. People don't have these type of opportunities, and I still have not gone to court, and I have not seen a dime from insurance companies, even though I was covered myself, full coverage. But anyhow, I am trying to raise awareness for my people, because this is unjust and needs to be heard. So I hope that this video is motivational and inspirational for you. Thanks. And do you ever think that you would walk again? And if so, how?
The picture that the doctors painted was very distant. In my head, I didn't think I would ever walk again. If I ever did, it wouldn't be anytime soon.
How does the loss of the leg affect you emotionally?
Emotionally, I'm not an emotional person. I don't like emotions. So it just resulted in a lot of internalization, self-reflection, and kind of distance, silence from people.
Are you motivated to continue and strive in your life to the fullest now that you have momentum towards your dreams goals with that prosthetic leg?
Now that I know I have a way in, I'm going to run as fast as I can.
So what do we do now? Enlighten people. Awareness is the key. Tell everybody. Tell your brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, schoolmates, co-workers, anybody who's an amputee or possibly could benefit from the work that we're doing. Thank you very much for your time. Take care.